Ben Brown, Evolution Martial Arts in Sparks, Nevada with Jared again. We're knocking out some videos today. So this is a concept video. The concept, so before class, often I teach like a life lesson, I guess you could call it. Today's life lesson happens to be Newton's third law of motion, which is for every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. Or maybe it's equal and opposite. I don't know. It's been a while since I was in a physics class. But for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Okay, how does that apply to jiu-jitsu? Well, in jiu-jitsu, the idea is we are the one taking the action that causes a reaction. And I'm not that interested in doing jiu-jitsu against people who don't know what they're doing. It's not even fun. It's like playing basketball against a 10-year-old and like dunking on them all the time and blocking all their shots. Like, if you find that fun, there's something wrong with you. Like, you're a bully. If that's fun for you, you're a bully. I have to say I've run into a few of those in my 13 years of jiu-jitsu. And I've been doing martial arts since I was, 7. And every once in a while, those people make their way into a martial arts gym. And the idea is we convert them into being a decent human being, or they leave. And in this gym, certainly, like, you don't get to behave like that in this gym. There's other gyms that'll let you do that, not here. But anyway, I want the other person to know what they're doing, meaning they're going to react in an intelligent way. So like a lot of the class today, we're talking about Keisagatame, but like for me to get better at that position, you need to know what to do about it. Otherwise I can just dominate you easily, and that's not fun. It shouldn't be fun, and it's not educational. I'm not getting better. So I need to know what you're going to do about it, or what you should do about it, and I should have a plan for that. Here's an example. Go, do you know combat base? So go combat base for me. Yes, combat base. When we're on the ground, when we're on our knees, we should be in combat base. It's way superior to where I am right now. Right? So we're both in combat base. Kind of come this way for me. Jared's in combat base. Look, he's got his center of gravity nice and low. This is actually, his hands are ready. Kind of shoulders tight. This is perfect. So what we would do is we would hand fight here. This is what I actually want. I want a collar tie or like head control, arm control. I'm thinking about taking Jared that way. I'm not going to take you that way because your base is here. Now, if I just start pushing you that way, you're going to resist me. I'm not going to get it. What I want to do is I want to create a reaction that helps me. So I'm going to take an action that causes a reaction in you, a predictable one. All the while I know I want to take you there, but I'm going to do a few things first. So I connect to you. I'm going to pull you toward me. What would you do?
Push back.
You would, so if I pull you, you'll pull back, right? You see the momentum's already going that way. So I pull, so I get the reaction, you react, and then I take you down. That's a very simple explanation. If you're getting beat a lot, it's because the other person has things like that they're doing. They're creating a predictable reaction in you, and then they're ready for that reaction before you are. They're leading the dance. Think ballroom dancing. One partner leads, the other one follows, and it becomes art. Same thing in here. So I want to be the one creating the actions that make you react, if possible. And as I said in class today, where I'm at in jiu-jitsu now, because I'm pretty broken and older, and I just want to be on the mat. So a lot of times I just kind of sit back and see what you're going to do. And then I react, and then I'm trying to see what you're doing about that. That's kind of my game these days. I had to let go of being like super offensive. So what? There's lots of jiu-jitsu to be done there. We just went over Keisagatame, so scarf position. And everything about scarf has to do with this principle. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So you're on your back. So one of the smart things you can do is underhook, right? Action, reaction, but my reaction becomes the driving force. Okay, here, sit through. Now, his action in trying to escape, well, you want to get your elbow back. I won't let you. So he grabs me around the waist. Drop your hand. Yes, you felt it naturally because you want to own my center of gravity. So you did the things that you have to do to own my center of gravity. He's scooting his hips in. He's starting to get his center of gravity underneath mine. I need to scoot my hips away. Now, at some point, Like, the thing about it is if Jared initiates this and he starts scooting his hips in, you're leading the dance. You're making me react to you. Because now I move my hips away and then you're doing all this stuff. What I want is I want to start attacking this arm before you can start initiating escapes. Right? Like, you're not initiating escapes now. You're worried about your arm. See, so it's like I have a plan for how to, well, it's already exposed, how to attack this exposed arm so that you can't start initiating escapes. Now, if you start initiating escapes, you're leading the dance. I'm reacting to you. And that's the key to winning, I guess. I hate that concept in jiu-jitsu, but being effective in jiu-jitsu is, do you have a plan? So here's my thinking. Like, have a plan for how to get to every good pin. Side control, north-south, knee on belly, mount, back. Kimura side pin is what I call it. I don't know the name for it. It's this one, where he's down and I'm behind him here. Kimura side pin, pinning his shoulders. I can also pin the hips here. And then Keisagatame, which to me is the king of all pins. Have a plan for how to get there and how to stay there. Like, you need to understand what makes it work. Then have a plan for how to expose the neck or the limbs from there and attack them. If you're newer, like, just work to get there and stay there. As soon as you can do that consistently, research, and I have tons of this stuff on the channel already. Research, what are the attacks from there? What are the common attacks? How do I expose, usually the arms, you guys, or the neck? The legs is a whole different ballgame. That's its own world. Expose an attack, but you only need like 1 to 3 from each place, and especially from the places you get to often. If you find yourself in mount often, study how to stay there, right? And how to attack from there. Start creating actions that make them react, and then have a plan for the common reactions. That is how to dominate at jiu-jitsu. And then you can modulate how hard you go with people. If they're not as good as you, you back off a little bit, but you're constantly challenging them. And then, look, if you study both sides of that coin, you'll never be in a place where you don't know what to do. You'll always know what to do based on those principles. Anything?
No, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.